Hi everyone, Vacha here from recordingstudio9.com and thanks for joining me again today. Today I'm going to do a quick, not a review because it is an old product. I'm going to demonstrate my old Mackie Onyx 400F Firewire audio interface, which is this one here. And I was just going through in my garage all of the years and years of things that I bought in the past and realized it actually came with traction too. Think of that. And unfortunately I never used traction 2 for some odd reason. I was using another DAW back then, but never mind, it's all good. I'm sort of looking at traction 5 now. You probably wonder, why do I have so many gear? Well, over the years I've purchased things and I hardly ever sell, especially good quality things. Even if I'm not using it, I like to keep it because it might be handy one day, which what I'm going to do in my next video to test. So in this video, since I have the thing out and testing it and running it, I thought I'll do, and that's the unit there, and I thought I'll do a quick review because I couldn't find anything on YouTube about this great fantastic gear which I used to use quite a while back in 2008 or thereabouts, 2008 2009. That's when I actually paid a fortune for this thing and get it, and by probably 2011 it was discontinued, so there was not much support. And when I upgraded from my Windows XP to Vista and then to I think Windows 7, so things didn't work well because the drivers weren't supported. So but guess what, I actually got it to go on Windows 7. So on my laptop, on my old laptop, I have Windows 7 and it's actually running on it, but not with the Windows 7 driver that the last one they released was supposed to be Windows 7 driver, and that didn't work. And I tear my head out and then just put it back in the box and put it away. I said, you know, not worth it. And then it just happened to just doing quick research, find out that there is a way you can get it to work. Just use the Vista drivers in Windows 7. Instead of installing the latest version 5 point something driver, you install the 4.6 version driver, which is supposed to be for Windows Vista, and it actually works. And I tried it and it actually worked. So it's fantastic. Now I've got another audio interface back again. Yes, quite a bit. But the reason I actually wanted to try this one out, because I wanted to get two Firewire audio interfaces, this one and my Behringer FCA 1616 in a Firewire mode, connected to the same laptop and running it with Azure for All, trying to get both of them running at the same time, like I've done with my couple of videos back with synchronizing it and so on. But with this one, I'm going to find out whether I need to synchronize it or it will actually work using the Firewire chaining. So an experiment, but that's the next video. So without any further ado, let's have a look at this old beauty. The Mackie Onyx 400F Firewire audio interface. It has 4 microphone in an instrument input. So 4 microphones and 4 lines, where the 2 of the microphone inputs are also instrument inputs, where you can plug in from the front and you can select the button to actually enable it as an instrument, so you don't need any DI boxes. You plug your guitar straight in, and they have the input gain at the front with some indications as well. It also has dual headphone outputs right at the front, all separately can be controlled, and also it has the control room output, which is your main monitor speakers. It can synchronize internally with word clock as well as SPDIF. So that's our clocking that we can use to synchronize two of them together. And it's got MIDI as well, so MIDI in and out, so that's really great thing. And a power switch over there. And at the back we have the 4 microphone inputs, and they are microphone combination and TRS combination, 4 line inputs. Then you have 8 TRS line outputs, as well as your control room monitor output. And next you've got the word clock sync in and out, the Firewire connection, the MIDI, SPDIF, and at the same time obviously you need power. The Mackie Onyx 400F supports 96 kilohertz sampling rate and 24 bits, so it's very high quality. It's got really nice 4 microphone preamps, very clear and very transparent as well, so they're really good mic pre's in there included. So I'm gonna hook it up and quickly we'll have a look and also hear what the mic preamps sound like as well. Okay, first thing first, before you connect your Mackie Onyx 400F to your Windows 7 laptop or PC, first thing you need to do is visit mackie.com/support website. And when you visit there, scroll down, find discontinued products. Under discontinued products, select drivers, downloads. Then recording interfaces. Onyx 400F. Here you might get a bit confused, but the driver that you need, not the latest one, which is for either 5.63, which we'll find it here, this one. So it's not that one. We are looking is for the 4.6 version, which is the Windows Vista version. So you click and you download that driver. Not the previous ones like 3.28, or not the latest one, which is 5.63, 4.6. And that's where it is. So when we download it, double click it, version 4.6. So you double click and follow the instructions of the installation file. Once installed, then you will get an icon on your desktop. Now plug in your Onyx 400F using the Firewire connection and the power and turn it on. And you will actually see that it will come up with, Windows will come up with a message saying that a new device have found and drivers are being installed, and after a short period it will come up and say the Onyx driver have been installed for your Onyx 400F. And the next step would be is actually going and double clicking the Onyx F series console icon. When you run it for the first time, if it's the firmware inside your device is different than the console's version, then it will ask you to upgrade the firmware. Just follow the instructions. It's a simple 4 steps, and it will upgrade the firmware to whatever it thinks is the latest one is, in this case 4.6. And once it's done, it will ask you to turn your device off and back on again to cycle it through. And once it's up and going and you've got a steady LED at the front of the device saying the Firewire is all connected and everything else is good, then you can double click your console icon and you will come up with the console. We'll go through all of the output tabs with basic explanation. Under the settings, as you can see, we can have anywhere between 44.1 kilohertz to 192 kilohertz sampling rate. We can also select the internal clock, SPDIF, or word clock. That means that's how we can actually synchronize multiple devices together. And because I only have one Onyx 400F, not sure if you daisy chain them using the Firewire connections, you will actually get more inputs displayed here. and as well as outputs. So but in my other case, I will test it using SPDIF as our clock sync. The SP mixer allows you to turn it on and off. Basically, it allows you to turn this matrix on and off. And if you turn it off, that means input 1 will go to output 1, input 2 will go to output 2, and so on. It might be useful in some cases when you don't want to use the console. The SPDIF format, I will assume professional means 48 kilohertz and consumer means 44.1 kilohertz sampling rate. In your control room and headphones output, you can select analog output 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6 and 7 and 8, or SPDIF. And this is also your buffer size. So it goes all the way down to 32 bits or 2048. So I'm going to leave it at 128. So the way the metrics work is quite easy. You have a selection of outputs 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. And for each set of outputs, you can have different volumes. As you can see, different volumes here for, I'm not going to play around with that one. So different volumes for each of the inputs. Let's assume this is linked as well. Now they're linked that way. Usually if it's a stereo input, you link them. You can adjust them at the same time. But you can have different levels of the inputs for outputs 3 and 4. And so on. So that's how this works. So that way you can drive different outputs from the different inputs. Say if you have headphone outputs for your musicians, then you can have different level of instruments coming in while you record whatever level that you want. The output can be controlled using this console and having different levels. Same with SPDIF as well. And at the same time, a quick mention that the DAW outputs 1 and 2 go to output 1 and 2. The DAW output 3 and 4 will go output 3 and 4, and so on. And so you have 10 coming back from your DAW that you can direct them. Well, they go to all the different outputs in that sense. So if you have any sub-channels in your DAW, like headphone mixes or whatever, then you can direct them to go to different levels, to different outputs. That's for the console. Let's quickly run Studio One. This is a prime version of Studio One. Yes, I don't have any MIDI connected. Thank you. And with the audio setup, we have Onyx F series. And if we click on the control panel, we'll actually get the ASIO configuration. And look at the funny bits. Use Vista Multimedia Priority Boost and lower Vista Window Manager Priority, all turned on. So you can see how bad Vista was. Anyway, so that's our thing. We just enable it. I'm just going to create a song, an empty one. I can select all the way 192 kilohertz and 24 bits or 32 bit floating, doesn't matter. Just going to leave it for now, just at that level. And let's add a track. Only want one. We have output left and right. Okay, that's our track input. And if we monitor it, now we can actually record it as well. And right here is, you can see we've got up to 8 analog inputs and SPDIF input 1 and 2. And that's what will allow you. Remember, Prime only allows 2 inputs at any one time. And our outputs, again, output 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8. and speed of output as well. So if you are using a different DAW, then I guess it will be different settings. You got to work out what your settings are and what how it's all set up. And here we go. We're just recording whatever am I talking. Turn back. Let's have a quick listen and what how it's all set up. And here we go. We're just recording whatever am I talking. There we go. And what how it's all set up. And here we go. We're just recording whatever am I talking. All good. Well, as I said, that was a quick demonstration of the Mackie Onyx 400F audio interface. And if you have any comments, feel free to comment below. I have the gear hooked up, so if I need to answer any questions, anything you like me to try, I'm more than happy to try them and answer them for you. And I will be having it out because I want to test in my next video having two Firewire audio interfaces connected and combined as aggregated as one audio interface using the Azure for All driver. So don't forget to subscribe. That way you'll be kept up to date, and as soon as I do that video and I upload it, you get to know all about it. So until next time, as always, have a great time making music. Cheerio.